Hi, this is Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of RegAlytics, with your update on this week's 26,273 regulatory alerts, which almost identically overlaps with last year's number for this week, only 126 less than last year. So we're back in business. Also, exciting news, as many of you have heard, the pandemic is over, and I'm actually going to leave my home office and go to a conference with our new swag. So if you are at a financial institution, go sign up for the A-Team's RegTech Insights Conference and get your free ticket and get yourself some commemorative RegAlytics swag. For those of you who know me, I care about swag. It really has to be good. So we produced the RegAlytics poncho and sunglasses combo. It's upside down. And as you can see, the poncho says RegAlytics for all regulatory weather. Love it. So the regulator of the week is the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or CME. Now, admittedly, I am not a sports person. I'm a Mariners fan and a Seahawks fan by default because I'm from Seattle. However, sports betting is a thing, and I know this because my first company, 8 of 9, somehow attracted a massive crew of sports-loving consultants who were obsessed with sports betting regulation as it was all coming out. You know who you are. So because of that, I do follow sports betting rules and regs, and I mostly go, interesting, because typically it's FanDuel or DraftKings applying for licenses in the various states that allow sports betting to be legal. So imagine my surprise when I saw this week that FanDuel and CME Group are launching the FanDuel Predicts app in December. The idea is to combine FanDuel's user experience with CME's extensive derivatives experience to attract new people to financial markets. So this app is going to allow users in states where online sports betting is not yet legal to trade derivatives event contracts on sports outcomes. The app is also going to include financial safety tools like deposit limits, educational tools, and responsible gaming training. And as more states legalize betting, then those sports contracts would get phased out. And the idea is that it would slowly expose the sports bettors to real financial markets like the S&P, oil and gas, gold, crypto, and other commodities. Mind-blowing. The topic of the week is deregulation. So remember, for every one rule put forth, the agencies are supposed to claw back 10. So this week, the OCC is proposing to rescind 12 CFR Part 27, which governs the Fair Housing Home Loan Data System. This was originally supposed to address discriminatory practices in home mortgage lending, and it required banks to collect and report data on race and ethnicity in home loan applications. But the OCC has decided that this rule is now obsolete and duplicative with HMDA, also known as the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act, and the ECOA, which is the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, and since these rules require reports on very similar things. Similarly, the SEC's Division of Corporation Finance has announced that it will no longer respond to no action requests related to Rule 14A-8. So background, this rule allows shareholders of companies, so you and me, submit proposals for inclusion in a company's proxy materials. So if I'm a shareholder of Nike and I want them to include a proposal to use, ethically sourced rubber, Nike could say, nah, we're not going to put that in our voting materials. And traditionally, Nike would submit these rejections to the SEC staff, who would review the rejections and provide a no action letter, meaning we aren't going to go after you, Nike, for not including this for me, okay? So by discontinuing this practice, the SEC effectively is going to allow companies to reject whatever they want. Some would argue this is good. It puts more power in the hands of the corporate leaders and it saves on legal fees, etc. Some would argue this is bad because it could reduce shareholder influence and engagement and, of course, less money for lawyers. Overall, these policy changes continue to signal a trend toward greater corporate discretion and less regulatory oversight for better or for worse. Other than that, happy birthday to my sister Karen. I love you. And that's it this week for RegAlytics. We have the global supply chain of the world's regulatory alerts in one very easy to use place. If you need a solution for anything related to regulation, give us a call.